In this video, I'll be explaining the process and steps needed to use Kajabi with ClickBank. If you're not familiar with Kajabi, it's an online membership platform that allows vendors to sell their online courses. Once you log into Kajabi, you'll see a dashboard. On the left will be a number of links, starting with website, which is equivalent to our sales pages or landing pages. Products are the products vendors sell, in this case, their courses. Marketing works with sales and does things like automation, and then people are the end customers. I'll be using ClickBank University as an example throughout this video. Here you'll see the course page. This is where all the content is hosted. You'll see modules and lessons on the left, and different resources that are available for this course. Taking a look at the real ClickBank University, you'll see the same type of setup. You'll see lessons and resources and links. And it's the same in Kajabi, just in a different format with different options. Now, if we go back out to the dashboard, we can actually look at our subscribers for this course. In this case, we don't have any. So I'm going to take you through the process of actually populating this list. Like ClickBank, Kajabi has sales pages and order forms. I just threw together this example sales page so you get an understanding of how everything flows. Once we click on the call to action, we'll be taken to the Kajabi order form. As you can see, it's a lot different than ClickBank's. You'll first have to either sign in or sign up, and then enter your customer information. You can still do things such as adding images and testimonials, but it's not very customizable. Obviously, purchases made on the Kajabi order form are not making ClickBank any money. What we ultimately want is for the vendor to use a ClickBank order form. The problem here is that there is no direct integration between ClickBank and Kajabi. So there's not really an easy way for purchases through ClickBank to subscribe Kajabi users to specific courses. In order to make this work, we'll have to get a bit creative. We'll have to find a way to link different parts together. And on the next page, you'll see the different integrations that Kajabi has with third-party tools and platforms. On this third-party integrations page, you'll see all of the current integrations with third parties. Notice that ClickBank is not one of them. In order to solve this problem, I decided to try an integration with Aweber and Zapier. So the way it'll work is a customer orders on the ClickBank order form. That customer information is sent to an Aweber list. That Aweber list then triggers a subscription on the Kajabi platform and adds them to a certain course. So it'll give that specific customer access to the course that they purchased. Notice the Aweber integration here. This won't work correctly in this case because what it's doing is it's sending customer information from Kajabi's order form to Aweber, but it's not doing it the other way around. It's not sending customer information from an Aweber list to Kajabi and triggering a subscription. So we have to find another way to do this. Luckily, we have Zapier here. And Zapier integrates with a number of different applications. So we're going to use Zapier to create the integration in the direction that we want. The Zapier integration between Kajabi and Aweber is the last step. So first I'll show you the integration between ClickBank and Aweber. Because remember, we first need to take that customer information from the ClickBank purchase and place it into an Aweber list. Once it's in that list, it'll then go into Kajabi and grant access to that customer. So what we want is the purchaser's information to go into a list on Aweber. Here you'll see a number of different lists that were created. In this case, we're going to use this one specifically for this example. Here you'll see different options. The most important one in this case will be this, the send confirmation message for Aweber sign-up forms. Now, normally you'd want this turned on because you want people opting into your emails. You want them to agree that they actually are intending to sign up to receive your emails. But in this case, it may be a bit confusing since we're doing a couple extra steps. If we were to do this, then the purchaser of the product on ClickBank would receive an Aweber email containing this text. Now, it's normally a default to something different, but this is what I'd have to put in there if I wanted to do it this way. I'd say something like, please click the button below to confirm that you would like to gain access to ClickBank University. You're going to get 2 more emails granting you access with a username and password. Now, this is going to be a little confusing to the customer. It's too many emails. It's too many different platforms sending them emails, and I don't think it would be a good thing for them to have to go through all this hassle. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. It warns you, in this case, yes, we really don't want it. So I'll save. And then I will go to this ClickBank integration section. Here you'll see there's a ClickBank integration with Aweber already in place. I'm going to go ahead and click on that just to show you. These are the web keys and the URLs that are associated with the integration. This is what you'll see in WAM. I've already set everything up. I've already sent them to go to a specific list, in this case, CB to Aweber to Kajabi. Once again, different list. Here's the one you want. Now that we have the ClickBank to Aweber integration in place, it's time to link Aweber to Kajabi. So we want all of those people in the Aweber list to go into Kajabi and be granted access to that course or courses. So I'm going to go back to that Kajabi integrations page where you saw before we have the Aweber integration. However, it doesn't work correctly for what we're trying to do. We are trying to go the opposite way. We're trying to send the people in the Aweber list to Kajabi, not the people from the Kajabi order form to Aweber. In order to make this work, we're going to have to use Zapier. Zapier is a tool that integrates different applications with one another when there's not a current or natural integration already existing. In this case, I'm already connected, so on the next page, you'll see what these apps look like. Here you'll see the different applications and how they are able to link together. So here I'm going to search for Kajabi and Aweber. So here you'll see different popular apps for Aweber and the different integrations that exist, as well as Kajabi. And after scrolling through this list, I found that there weren't any current apps that connect the way we need. So what I had to do is I had to go down here and look at the different triggers and actions. So what we want is for a new subscriber in Aweber to trigger a grant access to a specific customer. So anytime there's a new subscriber in an Aweber list, they will be granted access to a specific course in Kajabi. What we need to do now is create a Zap. So here you'll see a button for Make a Zap. And it'll give you different options on how to create this and which applications to use. The first step is to choose a trigger app. Our trigger app is Aweber. The trigger is new subscriber. Here's my Aweber account that I'm going to test and make sure it's connected correctly. Okay. Now I just need to do some setup. So my account number, the list I want, which is this one, which we saw before in Aweber. And then when we want the trigger to happen. So we only want it when someone is subscribed. This is just a way for them to pull in data that you already have in your list. I don't have any at this point, so I'm going to skip this. The action app will be Kajabi. We want something to happen in Kajabi once there's a new subscriber in Aweber. We want grant access to an offer. We can test this and make sure it works. Okay. And then do the setup for Kajabi. The site is ClickBank University. The offer is CBU 2.0. Member name is the mapping that you want for the name of the new subscriber. We'll use name because we want both. Email, just email. Then external user ID. For a unique identifier, it's probably best to use email. That's what we go by. And then send test offer if you want. I'm going to go ahead and just skip this for now. Once I finish that, I can give it a name. And turn it on. Notice here you'll see that these zaps only check every 15 minutes, so it's not automatic, it's not instant. There will be a possible 15-minute or less delay from updates happening. Now that everything's set up, I'm going to do a test transaction on the ClickBank order form. Note that you have to use a real credit card because Aweber doesn't accept our test transactions, so it won't show up unless it's a real credit card. I'll go ahead and pay now. Got confirmation. And now we should see this customer information in the Aweber list. Here is the list. I'm going to refresh. And you'll see that it got added. So that was a success. Lastly, we want to check and make sure that this customer information is being transferred over to Kajabi. We want to see that it's actually showing up as a subscriber in that list. So we'll go over to Kajabi. As you can see right now, we don't have anyone in here, but if we refresh, we should see that new customer, new subscriber. And we can also see what emails are being sent to these people. here. So it'll show a temporary password and username. You'll basically use that to log in, and you're good to go.